Interestingly, ISRO has 20% space scientists who are women. Here's a girl, Divya Gopal, who doesn't want to stop.
My project now, Project Curiosity, aims to inspire underprivileged students into pursuing STEM by basically fundraising on their science labs, conducting science experiments.
This looks like a wonderful purpose to live by, inspiring people on science.
So I started off by asking a simple question. How many of you know what ISRO is? And if you see the number of people who raise their hands, I'm pretty sure, less than 10. You can see that in India, 42% of women are STEM graduates, but a low 27% of them are actually in the workforce.
I saw you with Satya Nadella, right? What was that happening? How did you get to meet Satya? Welcome everyone on this new episode on the Big on Small Talk, the butterfly effect. Now we have all kinds of people around us. If you give them a challenge, they said, I can't do it. And there are some people who say, I want to make this big. Interestingly, ISRO has 20% space scientists who are women. And here's a girl amongst us, Divya Gopal, a student I've been mentoring for the past 3 years, who doesn't want to stop. And she is making sure that her grounds effort that she's doing, the foundation of STEM in education, STEM for girls that she's doing, gets her there. She's dreaming bigger, and she's amongst us today talking about her initiative, sending girls to the moon. But first, let's start with the basic. Girls in science, women in technology. Welcome, Divya, to the Big on Small Talk. So great to have you.
Thank you
What
for having
gets
me.
you to do this?
Right. So I think that's somewhere I grew up lucky. I grew up with a mother who brought me into charity work at a young age. And at the age of 12, I started actually teaching the students about Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel.
Seriously?
Yeah.
At 12 you were doing that?
At 12, that's what I was doing.
Many people in college don't know how to work on this. Okay.
Right. So I think that's where it started for me. So it became something that I wanted to work on a lot. And growing up, I realized that science is also something that in a lot of schools, it's not that developed.
But did that get you personally also interested in science?
Personally, I think I've always been interested in science.
It came naturally to you?
That came naturally to me.
And because you were having this kind of interesting experiences right from your childhood?
Yeah, I think so. So science became something that I became very fond of, and computer science got added to that in the end. So.
That's not common to me, but I didn't really have that route. It took me a long time to understand that, but looks like that childhood passion, inspiration that you had, took you in this path. Tell us more about your journey.
So, as I just mentioned, I grew up at a young age working with my mother, and then around when I was 15 or 16, I started my own project with 1M1B, and that's where I started working more on teaching kids how to be curious. And
Interesting.
it's around then when I realized that there are a lot of students who know science, but they don't really know what science is. So they know the theory, but they don't know the practicals behind it. So one such experience would be that with a young girl that I remember, and her name was Neha. So we started off our project earlier with Rubik's Cubes, and she was such a quick learner. So in around 3 weeks, she went from, no, I don't think I can do this, to I can solve it in under a minute. But then she came to me with a science question, and I was trying to explain to her, if you can imagine this is how it will be. But she couldn't picture it. And then I realized that practicals is something that's not that developed in these schools, and it should be something that is part of their life.
Yeah, learning by doing. It's so important
learning by
to learn science
exactly.
by doing it,
Exactly.
not through textbooks. Fantastic.
That's what I thought so too. So then my project now, Project Curiosity, aims to inspire underprivileged students into pursuing STEM by basically fundraising on their science labs, conducting science experiments, conducting competitions, and that's that.
And that looks so easy to you, but I know it must have been a lot of work. How do you do that? It's so easy to give this up. I've done it for 2 years, maybe 3, now 4. Like, why and how?
So I think there's always another grade that you can inspire. If while you have the time, I think you should do it. So if if there's one grade that's already pursuing it, I feel like the next grade should also have the same opportunity. And until I think we can find volunteers, I feel like it's my responsibility to teach them and try to inspire them a little more.
It's a self-responsibility. Yeah, nobody told you to do that, but you want to do it because I love the way you use the word responsibility there. And this looks like a wonderful purpose to live by, inspiring people on science. So how's that shaped your personal journey by doing this work?
So I think when we started off, it started off with just one school, and you can see how it's impacted them. But I think when you grow into more schools, and currently it's at 10 schools getting fundraised with their labs, you can see the impact it has on the students, and you can see the spark in their eye when they work with the lab
Yeah,
equipment.
you can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Especially when you can see them working on their own project and
Yeah.
coming just to show you.
Yeah,
So-
and when you are gone, they're still working.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's like when your project goes beyond you.
Exactly.
And it lives beyond when you have left. Like that's really good.
It became more of a domino effect after that. So
Fantastic.
when you watch the students, they teach their own siblings, they teach their friends.
Oh, wow.
It was quite amazing to watch. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that inspired me to work more and more.
And
on
I've seen
this.
some teachers getting inspired, and all the videos that I saw that of the work that you're doing in Science Lab, real getting into the trenches and getting and working with them. So that has been, so before I get to the moon, okay, which I'm very, very inclined to get towards, tell us, girls in the technology workforce, women in technology workforce, why do you care about it?
Right. So if you take a statistic, for example, you can see that in India, about 42% of women are STEM graduates, but a low 27% of them are actually in the workforce.
So that means just close to 55% make it to the workforce, even being a STEM graduate?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what is happening
And
here.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's under a single digit in the underprivileged sector. And
I'm sure about that. And so many bright scientists are dropping out of our schooling system because girls are not supposed to be in science. That's not for girls.
Girls are not
Girls, arts, go pursue that. Take care of
Correct.
your home. Take care of something else. But why get into science? And you are taking a stand for these girls. Yeah, and we need more girls like you in the boardrooms. In the leadership position, who are not just having a career for themselves, but also fighting for careers of others, and that's an amazing life. That's wonderful. Tell me more about any story that has personally moved you as you are implementing these projects for young girls in the grassroots.
So one story that really moved me was when I was giving a speech, and this was to about 10 schools and around 40 projects. So I'd say about 80 people, 80 students, and a lot of teachers. So I started off by asking a simple question. How many of you know what ISRO is? And if you see the number of people who raise their hands, I'm pretty sure less than 10, less than 15.
So people don't know, being
People-
in Bangalore,
Correct.
they don't know ISRO.
They don't know ISRO. And that seems very common to something like you and someone like you and me.
Because we pass ISRO,
Exactly.
we drive through that, and
But-
Mission Mangal, right? The big Akshay Kumar movie that came and highlighted so much on ISRO.
Right. So it seems something very common to you and me, but they really don't know what's out there for them. And that became something that I wanted to do. I wanted to show them what they can be. I wanted to show them that there is a life out there, and this is what they can do if they work for it.
So you want to make sure these girls now dream of going to the moon?
I really do. I really hope so. And I think if you show them the way, I think you don't really need to make it for them. You just show them the way, they'll actually work on it on their own. You can see that they really want to be there. It's just, I think there's a little family pressure holding them back, but I feel like they're strong enough to fight for it. So
Yeah, what you're
course.
doing is just showing them the path.
Exactly.
And how they get there is, just dreaming is important. They're not dreaming. And you're making them dream that this could be space.
this could be some, yeah.
Outside the world. Wow. And this is like a moonshot? Is this a moonshot project?
Yeah, it's
And you plan to continue this as you get into your university?
I hope to continue it when I go to my university. Maybe if not by myself, probably find some volunteers. But I hope when I'm back here, at least I'm able to continue it.
And that's something that we all need to do. Not drop our projects
That's
like hot
right.
potatoes. We need to make sure there is a transition.
There's
We need to make sure that the project goes beyond us and lives beyond us.
Mm-hmm.
And even when we are sleeping, our projects are working.
Projects are working.
And or somebody out there is taking care of us. So you are doing wonderful, Divya. You're taking care of that philosophy that let the work continue. It may not be with you, but with the community, and somebody takes care. Wonderful. And I know both your parents, and I worked with your dad. I know your mom, and what brilliant people and leaders they are. And I'm inspired by them, and I'm sure
Me
what
too.
it would be like. Okay, being with them and taking.
Imagine
this,
being their kid.
But you're underestimated. I saw you with Satya Nadella. Right? What was that happening? How did you get to meet Satya?
Right,
By the way, Satya is the head of Microsoft, right?
CEO
Global head of
of
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
And we all are proud of him. He's an Indian leading a big corporation like Microsoft. Wonderful. Like, I saw your picture there and you didn't tell me. I saw in one of the social media
That's my
posts.
bad.
Like, that's like stingy, but okay. Tell me more about that experience. How did that happen?
So this was part of the Imagine Cup Junior project. So the Imagine Cup Junior project is actually how we got into meeting Satya Nadella. So the project it's basically a competition, the Imagine Cup Junior, for students under the age of 18. And so our project was called Bloombox. It's aimed to assist people in a workplace scenario to convert sign language to voice and voice back to sign language.
Wow.
So this basically aims to increase the number of people who have hearing disabilities in the workforce. And this turned out to be the national winner in India, and that's how we actually went to Delhi and presented this to Satya Nadella.
A national winner. You just mentioning it so casually. So, and that inspires me on who you are. You're keeping it subtle. You're keeping it grounded. You're using all that to not just impact yourself, but also many girls and boys around it. So fantastic, and I'm sure there are many more journeys that you're going to take. Any words as we wrap up? Anything for our listeners, viewers?
To all the young girls out there, I don't think you should ever be afraid of what you want to do. There's always the world out there that you have to conquer. And I feel like when you're curious, that's when you will get a spark in your head, and that's when you'll realize what you really want to do.
So girls and boys, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And that's what Divya is inspiring us. Don't be afraid. Don't get bogged down by these small challenges that come your way. And here's a girl who gets challenges and wants to dream bigger. And that's the way she is designed, and that's the way she's wired. And as long as you're focused on what is the impact you want to create, be the change you want to see in that world. And a quote that I'm always inspired. And Divya, keep on inspiring, keep on continuing your journey, and make science common amongst boys and girls. And see you on the moon.